Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Thursday night Anam Cara meditation program, and welcome to my home and my living room. So glad you were able to join us this evening. Some people from near, some people from far, but great to have everybody with us this evening. And for this time to gather, satsang is to keep the company of the truth, and you are that living embodiment of the truth. The truth meaning the highest nature of the divine, the living presence of the infinite. That's who you are. That's who each and every one of us is. And so to gather together in a conscious fashion, knowing that, allows us to come together in a really unique way. I mean, humans gather all the time for all different reasons, but to gather together in that conscious truth of we are all the divine. All that we see is the divine. To hold that truth and to uphold that truth in the world. That's the whole purpose of what we do here and what Anam Cara is about as a nonprofit organization, to give access to that to everybody. So I want to thank you for coming this evening and bringing the power of your commitment to practices and the ways that you bring that into the world, and bring the light of that truth into the world. So we're going to be starting soon with the opening mantras. And the opening mantras are another way of invoking that so that we can set aside everything from the day, the week, and the past and come into this moment. It's right here, right now, in the presence that we experience the living presence of the divine, the infinite. And, it's just one of the vagaries of the mind that it keeps wandering in the past and drifting off into the future. And that is some challenge of staying present here and now. And mantra as a practice, these mantras as a way of invoking that living presence, help to support the mind in getting the habit of, no, come back, come back, come back right here, right now. All that you want, all the joy, all the love, all the ecstasy, all the compassion, all the embrace of all humanity and all beings, it's here, it's now, it's your very nature. So the practices are all about bringing us into that truth. And so we'll begin with the opening mantras. And as we chant them, just become absorbed in really the throb, the sound, the vibration. Mantra and the language of mantra is unique. We're used to the ordinary language. The significance of our words is related to the meaning that they have. In mantra, truly, the power of the words is that it's a throb of the infinite. It's a pulsation of the divine that enters our level of ordinary consciousness in order to draw us home to that fullness of who and what we truly are. So we become absorbed in the mantra, we'll chant the opening mantras, and then just sit for a few moments in that stillness. That stillness, that's the fruit of mantra. That's the opening of the door to that silent, spacious, boundless awareness, the ground of our being. Shri Mata Kali Devi ki jai, Gajananam Bhuta Ganari Sevitam, Kalpita Jambu Palachar Bhakshanam, Umasutam Shokam Vinashakarakam, Namami Vigneshwara Parapankajam, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamandaya Purnamevavashishate Om Shanti 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 Shri Mata Kali Mahadevi Ki Jai. So once again, I welcome you all with all my heart and with all my love. And I bow to you. I bow to you, my own divine self. That's all there is. That's all there is. You know, this is the third Thursday of the month, and so tonight we're usually doing more chanting. And another way of thinking of this evening is it's where we give more attention, more openness and spaciousness to bhakti, the bhakti yoga path, the path of devotion, the path of love. I mean, it so informs so many of our traditions, Eastern and Western. Truly, Christianity is a bhakti path. Um, it's that love of the divine, the love of the infinite in all its many forms. So when we chant and get absorbed in chanting, in part it's becoming absorbed in that flow of love. You know, the chants, the mantras, they're a combination of love songs and sometimes lullaby, you know, in terms of how it just holds us and rocks us and sways us and gives us an opportunity to just become absorbed in that love. You know, love by its very nature is boundless. Love by its very nature is embracing. So that's why, you know, in our traditions, we say God is love, because that love is all encompassing, all embracing, nothing, no one left out. And it's kind of curious that we think of a practice of that, but in a sense, that's what it is, because, you know, the mind gets caught up in its things and gets divorced from the truth of what's the ground of our being, which is that love, that compassion, that boundless nature. And so coming home to that is what the practices are about. And it's especially what the practices of mantra and chanting are all about. And so this evening, I wanted to come back to a practice that we've done in the past of the Tara mantra, the Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha, and we'll be chanting that. But you know, that mantra is a throb, again, of the infinite. It's a throb of really the root that gives birth, flower, tree, everything, the blossoming of all of Buddhism is in that mantra. That mantra is seen as Tara herself, and Tara is known as the mother of all Buddhas. She is Prajna Paramita. She is that deep wisdom beyond words. To the mind, it's an empty void, but to her, it's all light. It's all love. So to be in her presence, to be in that living presence, isn't that what we're alive for? Isn't that what we truly want? You can't get that by consuming anything, by going anywhere. By coming to know the truth, that sublime nature of who you are. Throbbing, pulsing as Tara. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. These two poems from Kali's Bazaar, collection of poetry that I wrote some time ago, they really come from Ma Tara. The first one is called The One Beneath the Many. Many pains, one light. Many teachers, one truth. Many rays, one sun. Many rivers, one ocean. Many deities, one divine. Many flames, one fire. Many sights, one seer. Many religions, one presence. Many paths, one summit. Many thoughts, one witness. Many forms, one emptiness. Many minds, one awareness. Many seekers, one sought. Many lovers, one beloved. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. This one is called Tara's Prayer. Many pains, one cause. Many clouds, one sky. Many egos, one self. Many struggles, one release. Many shadows, one light. Many bonds, one freedom. Many clothes, one weaver. Many ages, one eternity. Many passions, one love. Many sufferers, one cry for compassion, patience, and love. O beloved Tara, answering the cry, let us serve till all are free. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha, a mother of all Buddhas, the mother of all bodhisattvas, those who seek to come back until all are free, all beings in all realms, in all times. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. So let us know that boundless compassion, that boundless wisdom, that boundless love, that boundless joy, that steady equanimity that is Tara, that is our own sublime nature. So that when we're invoking her, when we're honoring her, when we're doing puja to her, it's to our own self, to our own being, and the being of all. So when we keep that mantra alive in our consciousness, it helps us come back, even throughout the day. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Invoking Tara's wisdom. What's that wisdom? It's the vision to see the one in the many. It's the vision to see, to truly see. We live in a time when people are peddling divisiveness, anger, hate, separation, difference, identifying with all kinds of limitations of body, of mind, of groups, of this group against that group. How are we going to dissolve that? We have to change our vision. We have to see the one. Start with seeing your own self, seeing your exquisite nature. You'll see it reflected everywhere. Thou art that. You are that one. And Tara is one of those exquisite forms that opens the heart, the great mother living in the embrace of her. The entire universe is in her embrace. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Now the mantra literally means, I bow to you. I bow to you, O Mother of the victorious ones. Who are the victorious ones? The ones who have gone beyond. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhiswaha. That's you. That essence is already gone, already beyond, already free, already looking, and including looking at your own mind, looking at your own body with that loving, compassionate embrace. Nothing left out. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Mother Tara, ready to move forward, ready to set everyone free, ready to leap into action. That's why so many of our forms have 1 foot forward. This beautiful statue of Tara, and 1 foot forward, ready to move. She's right there for you. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. So when we start getting more and more absorbed in that boundless love, our essential nature, then these exquisite archetypal forms that reflect that love can arise, whether it's red Tara or black Tara, white Tara or green Tara, Kali Ma, Mother Mary, Kuan Yin, great goddesses, Brigid, Grandmother Spirit, so many forms to delight in. So many forms. One mother gives birth to them all. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. So when we chant that mantra, come home to that, then we're filled with that. We can bring that into the world. We can give it to everyone we meet without having to do a thing. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Radiate that exquisite, sublime nature of who you are into your family, into your work, into your everyday life. When you look in the mirror, Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. See Tara looking back at you. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Meditating on her, becoming absorbed in her, becoming one with her, is to know the truth. And so we're going to be chanting that mantra for a while, Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. And then we'll just sit in the stillness afterwards. And if the mind moves, bring it back lovingly. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. The mind becomes absolutely still and quiet. Then enjoy that living presence. Enjoy that sublime embrace. Enjoy the truth of who you are and what all of creation is, the unfolding of the infinite. You've never been anything else. No matter how much the mind pretends to be this or that, moment by moment, lifetime after lifetime, it's all a pretense. The truth is, you are that. And we celebrate that. We merge in that through the power of mantra, the power of love. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. It's a way of sort of precipitating out the infinite love into this finite world. That's what mantra is. It's love wanting so badly to be known. It'll take this sublime form and reach out, embrace you. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. So we'll chant for a few minutes and we'll sit in the quiet and the stillness in the truth of who you are. Sublime Tara, boundless love, and any other forms of that arise. Celebrate them all. She is the one who becomes the many. Anything that appears. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. 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 Om Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare 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 Ture Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. 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 Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare 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 Ture Soha. So we end with this prayer that may all our practices truly benefit everyone, and may all beings know complete freedom from suffering. Namaste. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. O beloved Mother Tara, Mother of all victorious ones, Mother of all beings, Mother of you, Mother of your state of pure knowing. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Each morning when you look in the mirror, look in the eyes of the one you see. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. Celebrate your sublime nature. Walk that into the world. From the moment the day begins, throughout the day, Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. The mind take refuge in the mantra. Om Tare Tuttare Ture Soha. So I want to thank you all for coming this evening and bringing your commitment, the strength of your practices, your love, your devotion, the ways that you carry that into the world, that you share that with family, with friends, with others. Keep doing that. Keep coming home to yourself and then sharing that freely with all. That's what it is to walk this path. In the end, all the paths are about love. What would practices be without love? My Guru Muktananda used to say, all sadhanas without love are nothing but hard labor. It's love is the nectar, the juice. In love, things just dissolve. In love, differences dissolve. In love, you come to know the one as your own self, and then see it everywhere. No longer hidden, right there. So carry that into the world day by day, moment by moment, breath by breath. Thank you for coming this evening and sharing your consciousness of bringing this into the world and bringing it into our Sangha tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Next week is the fourth Thursday night of the month, so it's Heart Sutra night. And so we'll be doing that practice. And you can download the mantras of the Heart Sutra, the chant, from the Anam Cara meditation website. And so also thank you for all the ways that you support Anam Cara by sharing what we're offering and sharing the e-newsletter, sharing the YouTube channel and the videos that we're putting up to try and help support people in their practices. And your participation in that sharing supports the seva that we're trying to offer here. So thank you so much with all my heart, with all my love. Thank you for being you and walking your love, your presence, your divine nature into the world. Namaste.